Oh boy. Hello and welcome to another episode of FitPet Boston Talks. My name is Leah Lodato and I am the host of the show, and I'm very grateful that you've chosen to tune into the podcast today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Historically, this podcast has interviewed local Boston area dog handling professionals, and we have met to discuss our lives, dogs, and careers. I have met with a variety of different people over the years. It's been a fun little project. And in 2023, I've taken a step back from that mission, and my spouse, Laurie, and I have done deep dives on specific dog training and handling topics. Occasionally, I'll do a solo episode if she is not available, and in the months of November and December of this year, the year of our Lord 2023, I have decided to release an episode every single Friday, so you are on that schedule. Just a little bit of background information on us. Laurie and I are dog trainers. She has been at it for a lot longer than I have. She's been training dogs for about 20 years. I have been handling dogs since 2015. My everyday life is I'm a dog walker. I walk and hike dogs on leash and off leash. It's what I really enjoy doing. And I do a few training classes, one-on-one training classes, but primarily I'm a dog walker. Laurie is a trainer. She does group classes. She does one-on-one training sessions. And both of us train our own personal dogs in a variety of different dog sports and activities. So we're in it to win it. We have 3 dogs of our own. We work with dogs professionally, and we also handle our own dogs in our own time. So this podcast tends to be a little doggy if you are new to the show. But stick around, stick with us when I do interviews with Laurie. They're always well received, and she is very funny. So I'm super thankful that she's willing to jump in on this project and help me out. So today, it is a few days before Christmas here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about keys. I know, a little bit of a weird topic, but around the holidays is when people start to board their dogs more because they travel. Dog owners sometimes will have somebody stay over their house, like a house sitter, and getting in and out of a residence safely and securely is a really important part of my job. Just as a sidebar, I had been talking to my sister a few weeks ago, and she mentioned that she had been cat sitting for one of the neighbors. And she said to me, she was like, wow, I can't believe how stressful it is leaving somebody else's house knowing that nobody is home, and I'm the only one that's going to come in during the time that I leave and I'm coming back. It's just, this is not my house. It's not my stuff. And it's nerve-wracking. And I said to her, welcome to my life. So I do this all the time. And around the holidays, if you have a pet care provider, that person may be the last person to leave your house. Additionally, that person may be coming to pick up your dog for boarding or grooming or whatever, and you're gone. And it's not like you're just gone to work. It's like you're in Jamaica, So this person has a lot of responsibility. And what I've found over the years is the best way to get in and out of somebody's house is to use a physical metal key. In today's day and age, we have all kinds of devices that add security and convenience to our home. So security, we have alarm systems, we have Ring cameras, we have whole camera systems. Convenience, we have things like keypads, key fobs, garage door openers, etc. So we have all of these other ways to secure our home and to observe and make sure that, intruders aren't coming in. But what I've found over the years is that having a physical metal key is much more reliable than the other ways of getting in and out of the house. What do I mean by that? Well, a keypad is usually wired into your house, right? So sometimes if you lose power, you have to reset the keypad. Sometimes the keypads run on batteries, and sometimes the batteries die and the owner doesn't replace the batteries in time. Sometimes, if it's really cold outside, a garage door opener will not go up and down because it's too cold. All of these things have happened to me. That's why I'm mentioning them. And if something like this does happen and you as the owner are in the office, it's not a huge deal, right? Maybe your dog's going to miss a walk that day. Maybe you're able to come home early. Maybe you can, if you have a neighbor that has a key, you can call them up and I can get the key from the neighbor, yada, yada. But if you're completely gone, like out of the country, you got on a plane to go somewhere, and I'm supposed to pick up your dog and your garage door won't open and shut, and that's the only way I have to get in and out of your home, we're in a predicament now. So again, something that doesn't fail is that key. And having the key in my possession. So I'm just going to take a sip of coffee, excuse me. So once again, keys, super important. I get passionate about it, as our friend Melissa would say, because it has bit me in the butt. And especially around this time of year where we're doing more pickups and drop-offs, or I'm walking dogs and the residents aren't home, or there's a dog sitter there, it becomes even more important to have that security of a key. Now, I'll take a key from a client, even if I use the keypad to go in and out of the house, just as, again, an added form of security so that I can get in and out of there and secure the residence should those other, modes not work. Very important for me. Another sidebar that I wanted to mention is to talk a little bit about how my insurance works as a dog walker. So one of the hallmarks, I should say, of a quote professional dog walker, and I don't even want to talk about that word professional, because when it comes to dog walking and dog training, is there really such a thing, right? Is a question that we could ask for another episode. But one of the hallmarks of somebody who works as a quote professional is if they have business insurance, liability insurance. And one of the line items on an insurance package for dog walkers, so I have insurance specifically for dog walking and pet sitting, is key replacement and lock replacement. So I have run into people that just don't want to give me keys because they're worried that if I lose the keys, they're going to have to change their locks, which is a totally valid concern. And understanding the nature of the dog walking business, an insurance policy kind of structured for that nature will replace keys and locks. So that is an item on my insurance policy that's covered, which is like pretty cool. And I can explain that to people and put their mind at ease a little bit when it comes to their willingness to give me keys, because I totally understand the stress that's associated with giving somebody a set of your keys. Another reason why it's important to hire somebody that has a good reputation within the community for being responsible. Somebody having insurance, it really doesn't mean anything to you as an owner unless that insurance is going to cover if there are damages, right? And many times owners think that those damages have to do with your dog. So as an owner, let's say you're looking for a dog walker that has insurance because you want them to be a professional, okay, whatever. That dog walker's insurance, yes, it will protect your dog if like your dog gets a little bit of an injury and needs vet care or whatever, but that's peanuts compared to insurance that's needed to cover things like property damage, or if your dog hurts somebody else or damages somebody else's property when they're in my care. Those two items, property damage and liability insurance, are the reason why I have insurance coverage as a dog walker. It really doesn't have anything to do if your dog gets lost or your dog isn't riding around in my car and we get into an accident. And again, people think that that's why I have insurance. It's one of the reasons why I have insurance, okay, is to offer your dog some protection. But ultimately, that liability insurance and that key replacement and lock replacement insurance is super duper important. So I wanted to highlight that item as well. Again, just to put some people's mind at ease, because I know that giving keys is a lot of responsibility for the key holder, and also it's difficult for some owners to do. So I just wanted to weigh in on that little issue here as we are approaching the holidays, and as we're just working with dogs more, dropping them off, picking them up from residences. So that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday, and we will see you next time.